Well, hello there, guys, and welcome to Battles for Spain. We're going to be playing as the Nationalists here in Battles for Spain. Believe me, I'm definitely much more of a CNT5 guy myself, but I think that actually playing as the Nationalists will be a bit more of a challenge for us, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to be playing the first Battle of Guadalajara, which essentially is kind of like, I guess, the first offensive as the Nationalists. Let me actually fix this. Hold on a second. Get this live code. How's it going, guys? Good to see you, man. I'm going to get the nice server URL here. The stream is starting in a couple of minutes. Can you hear me? Everybody can hear me okay? Just getting things set up right now. One second. I'll be with you soon. Delta Commander and Kaiser von Yako. Can you guys hear me okay? Just let me know you guys can hear me. And if you're just joining this, like, after this is uploaded, then you'll just want to go ahead and take a look at, like, maybe 2 minutes from now, because I'm just kind of setting this up. I wanted to share this on the Computer War Gamers Facebook, because I think they would actually really like this. So, let's paste this here. Goodness, I'm so bad at posting links. I really just am an old man when it comes to this. There we go, finally. Okay. Alright, guys, so we're going to be playing as the Nationalists here. Oh, good. Thank you, folks. And this is the Battle of Guadalajara. So this is Franco's first offensive here. Really his first offensive to try and surround the city of Madrid. And I think it should be interesting. We also get Italian allies here. The Italians, with their offensive, were really the ones that were able to push Franco's army forward. So we're going to try to relive that, of course, and see if we can't come through on top. Now, as for supply, you can see that we control the northeastern part here, and essentially we have some very strong forces right on the border, as well as a few mercenaries, etc. We've got the phalangist symbol behind a lot of them, so clearly these guys are ready for a fight. Now, as for land movement, I do believe that we need to go ahead and get pretty creative right away. This area doesn't particularly have any victory points in it, but what I really want to go for is this area right here, Almadrones, and the reason is because there are several different roads here that actually lead to other areas, and the thing about Spain that some of you may not know, and I'm not biased because I am Portuguese, but the thing about Spain is that Spanish roads are, like, really bad. I don't know how else to put it, but Spanish, or I should say just, you know, getting around Spain is tough. So really the only way we get around Spain here is by the road system. If we try to climb across the mountains or through the forest, it's going to take us forever, and we're never going to achieve absolutely anything. So I'm sending Pitao first. I'm going to send Sotelo second. We're going to go ahead and charge with Sotelo here at the Castellón de Henares, and this is definitely an area the enemy doesn't want to lose. It's pretty valuable to them, but what I want to do here with Aldequa is move him here and actually merge him, if I can, with some of these other nationalist units. So now he's got several, look at those awesome looking units, several units working for him. And I'm going to do the same here with Villalba, but I think we'll take a little more time with Villalba. So I'll conquer the region here. I'll bring these nationalist troops. We've got the Borgones regiment, and we'll go ahead and have them support. So down here, we can also do some movements. I think we should. Hey, Dave Jishu, how you doing, bud? Delta Commander, what about the Germans? The Germans come in at 1938, I believe. So they come in a little bit later in the war. Right now, it's just the Italians. But the Germans are providing, like, bombers and things like that. They're just not really providing men on the ground right away. Okay, so as for this fellow here, this guy almost looks like a CNT5, but no, Giordoni, he's an Italian commander, and we're going to send the Toro regiment. I'm actually just going to conquer the region. I'm not even going to bother merging, but I am going to bring Bailian's troop over, and I'm going to merge these guys together. We'll come back and take this area. I just think that they need to be stronger if they're going to be taking on any of the Republican forces. All right, we might be able to make quite a large group here with Marini if we want to mix these guys, but right now I'm just going to push forward, conquer the regions, and try to play it as safe as possible. Okay, guys, we've got the first battle, Castellón de Henares, and of course we are playing as the Nationalists. Best of luck to us. We've got the Soria Briganda attacks, so we're going to actually get one charge for this entire attack. Should be very helpful. And sure enough, we panicked the Reds. The unit, the name of the unit is actually Los Rojos, the Reds. So it's definitely a sort of a Soviet-themed unit. Probably a member of one of the communist factions, not necessarily CNT-FI. And once again, we got Dmitry. This unit has retreated 2 breakthroughs, and we can actually get some of these tanks to force the breakthrough, but I might actually just keep these guys here and ignore the breakthrough entirely. We do have to select the units, though, either way. Alright, here we go. And I think that's going to be it for the turn end. Let's just hope there are no counterattacks here. If we get some very wily Republican counterattacks, we're going to have a problem. Here we go. Now, they have some forces for sure being raised at Madrid over here. But as you can see here, the planes grounded by weather. We currently only have a couple of planes actually in our army, so it's not going to affect us too badly. But every bit counts. And obviously, our bombers help us quite a bit. So I am concerned. Supply is looking great, but thankfully they don't really have any actual commanders yet. Duruti is being raised over here, and it's going to take them probably 1 or 2 turns to make it to the front. So that's another reason I'm really pushing heavy over here. Over here, though, it looks like they might be placing some generals. Yeah, I don't want to take any risks. You just never know. You really never know. They're going to add a movement point to a stack, and the stack's over down there, so that's definitely going to be a general. I'm almost certain of it. They're trying to get the general to the front. And look at that. This is almost a Soviet tactic to pull away from the front, let us take the territory, and then they go for a counterattack. I like this a lot. Very meticulous. All right, guys. We're going to get to the land phase. I want to take a look here at the chat. What do you guys think about this game so far? Alexander, how you doing, bud? ACAB, I wonder if he's talking about, I don't know if, I'm sure everybody's aware at this point, that George Floyd video. I rarely make political videos on the channel. I don't even know if it's like a political video, but I've really been thinking about making a video on George Floyd, on what happened there in Minneapolis. It's so screwed up. I almost get choked up talking about it. Like, I don't even like to discuss it, but it's something that's been heavily weighing on my mind. Really just, oh man, so stupid. Alright guys, it's time for land movement, and the question here is, do I want to keep on just moving with these individual armies, or do I want to maybe merge some of these commanders together? So I know for sure I want to merge Giordani with these Toro Italian units, and now we've got a strong force of 4 here. As for Francisi, these are all Italians. I'm not sure if it's going to be, well, we have to get here anyway, but I'm not sure if it's the smartest idea to attack here. Then we could potentially get trapped. Here's what we'll do. We're going to attack here, and we're going to use this unit right here, Vandelli, and he's actually going to be the supporting force. So I'm going to engage with our Italians, move over here with Vandelli so they can't overrun us, move forward with good old Marini, and we might even try to get some of this artillery to our frontline guys as well. Couldn't hurt. Now, I don't know if this is a good idea to attack here. I get the feeling that they're going to be prepared. We see 2 stacks there. It could be some pretty deadly stuff, like maybe a tank. So I'm not going to take the risk. And these are definitely communist forces. One thing I love about Battles for Spain is if you look in the upper left corner, you can actually see the faction that these guys are associated with. So when you look at like this unit, for instance, you can see several different flags. We see the Greek flag, we see the Paraguayan flag, and we see, I think, the American flag kind of hidden over here. And the reason this exists is these are probably volunteers. So just really cool how they give everybody some importance. Now these guys are the phalangists. The phalange. We're going to move them in to engage battle. It's a shame that in this game, once you started a battle, you can no longer merge units together, so we can't like bring additional forces to the fight. We're going to have to wait a turn to be able to merge these 2 together. And I want that railroad badly. I'm going with Aldequa. Huh, not enough movement points. So we have to go to Medranda first. I see how it is. All right. And let's go to San Andres del Congosto. We should try to stay on the road, honestly. So I'm going to stay put. Kind of just prepare for a possible enemy counterattack. What I don't feel safe doing is attacking with Francisci here. So we're going to just wait 1 turn. I'm kind of annoyed that we can't, but I'm trying to do what's right. these guys to the front. We're going to also move the cavalry forward. We can eventually merge him with Aldequa and his Phalangist forces. Oh, not seeing super chat. That is weird. I see it on my screen. Thank you, though, man. Oh, there we go, Andrew. You're the man. Thank you, buddy. I just saw that. It didn't pop up on my screen, which is weird. It usually does. It popped up in the viewer activity in the lower left corner. So that is... I don't know. You know, YouTube's always got some interesting problems going on. Alexander says definitely an interesting conflict. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the important thing was, you know, essentially that Franco moved as quickly as he could. He knew he had to move fast. And yeah, Delta Commander, or sorry, Alexander the Great says the cop got third-degree murder. Here's what they don't tell you. Okay, so there is no such thing as third-degree murder. Third-degree murder is manslaughter. They say third-degree murder because they know how upset people are going to be once they realize that all this guy's going to be charged with is manslaughter. That's the truth. Sorry to burst your bubble. But yeah, third-degree murder, manslaughter, same thing. Here we go, guys. For Franco, let's go for the win. An intensive attack. We're almost certainly going to crush them in this fight. But we won't outnumber them for long. Again, the Republicans are now raising forces. So while they're raising forces, we're kind of doing pretty much a blitzkrieg. You know, this is kind of the earliest kind of blitzkrieg, and this is what I was worried about. Look at that, guys. The international brigades and the communists fighting together, and they've got a tank. Now, we've got some tanks, too, so we better just hope that we come out on top. Round 2, they made it to round 2, concerning battle for Alaminos. And we have destroyed the tank. Beautiful. We actually did manage a breakthrough here, although I'm likely going to keep all my forces together. I'm not really too much of a fan of breaking through. I can go ahead and just do that manually. And yeah, this is going to be, of course, the final spot we want to take is actual Alamino, or not Alamino. I can't see the name of this area. We'll find it soon enough. And pretty good breakthrough, but this is what I'm worried about. See, we've broken through here. The enemy, if they were able to get over here or over on this side, it would be pretty easy for them to cut off our supply lines. So we've got to keep that in mind. Nonetheless, that's the end of the battle. Let's end the turn. Welcome, everybody, to the stream. We should do, like, a Friday stream. We should plan it, because I do tend to stream on Fridays. So that area, you could see right there with the supply. Taking that area would really allay my fears of being cut off. That's one reason taking this particular area is so important. But look at that. They might be leaving it open. They did this before, but it kind of scares me because it makes me think they might be leading us into a trap. The March 9th reinforcements. Voltier's Division Pene Nere arrives. This is, of course, the Italian reinforcements. And following heavy rainfall, mud appears, and some units of both sides are immobilized this turn. That's bad. Want to give it to my most inconsequential unit. Oh, no, never mind. It affected all our units. Never mind. That's too bad. Okay. Reinforcements, and we get to go ahead and select the destination region here. Guess what? There's only one. Nonetheless, that's a lot of forces. Some additional destination regions for these other forces. Look at these reinforcements, guys. This is insane. We are just getting heavily reinforced. We want to make the best of this. And, of course, you know, just continue attacking. So supplies looking great. Now it's all about the land movement. And we can see the enemy are going for some counterattacks here. That's got me worried. Let's attack. Yeah, I'm going for it. I'm going to try to cut through here. Unfortunately, some of our units, because of the mud, are going to be kept back. The same for the units at Renales, but we've got to keep moving. And we also should take the Almadrones area. I think that's going to be very important. Beautiful. Look at that. Without any difficulty whatsoever. Move this unit over here. And again, I'm just hoping the enemy doesn't cut us off in this area. And let's have these units merge together. So this general, what's his name? Aldequa. He's going to have to cross this actual river and get into Ayadraque. This is another victory point area. It would be worth a lot to us. But I think it's going to be a difficult fight. As for this general here, Vidalba, I think it's going to be a very even fight against the international brigades guarding this forest. So I'm almost tempted not to attack, but I feel like we kind of should. Man. Let's just entrench. Yeah, we're going to just entrench. Maybe it's a bad idea, but I kind of get the feeling that staying put right there is the right thing to do. As for Sotelo, might as well engage in a battle here. Can't move to this region. This is weird. Okay, there we go. So it looks like General Bulgarelli is going to have to move a different way through the region. Look at that. He's got crazy movement points. General Luzzi. Look at that, man. I think that's going to be it for now. I kind of expected more combat this turn, but I won't complain. And I really want to get this guy to just cut off any of these tiles, because I feel like this is probably our weakest area here. Well, actually, never mind. Maybe up here. But this is our second weakest area. All right, let's end the turn. Going straight for the attack here. And yeah, not as impressive as I thought. I should have really taken a look there at the order of battle, because we only have one infantry unit, the La Victoria Regiment. The rest are flat cannons and artillery. We should still be able to beat them, but yeah, that's not going to keep us afloat for long. And now Barranco del Josino. Got a battle here in the south against, again, more international brigades. This time we're the ones hit, so we're going to give it to the implacable region here. Continue fighting. You can see they took a hit there, but eventually we won that battle. Not bad. Okay, let's keep on pushing. The International Brigade arrives at Toria. This is what I'm scared of. They're going to start getting reinforcements, and then they can certainly counterattack. So don't think that just because we have these Italian reinforcements that we're suddenly in the clear. We're definitely not. In fact, this general, I'm starting to think he might have a problem very soon. If they attack him with any sort of army, he's in trouble. See? This I don't like. This I don't like. They kind of pull back and then attack. I almost want to call it like the Monterey eel strategy, which is like, you know, a Monterey eel will kind of hang out near its hole, retract, and then as soon as something passes by, just reach out and grab it. And these Republicans can certainly do that. They kind of pull back where they don't think they're needed or where they don't think they can win a battle, and then they sort of, you know, promote locations where they're the strongest. So we'll just see what happens. The Lancia Flamme. Okay, so this is the Republican unit's morale is lowered by -1 for this battle if the Lancia Flamme is present. And of course, the Lancia Flamme is a flamethrower, particularly a flamethrower vehicle. Okay. Now, this could be a major offensive this turn. We could just go ahead and just plop on down to a major attack. We'll see what you guys think. Will this game have a grand campaign? So the good news about this particular game, this is not one of the games that we're currently releasing on Avalon Digital. This game has already been out for a while. So anybody that wants this game, the name is Battles for Spain. I sadly couldn't put it in the description because YouTube didn't have a description for it. So this is the name of the game, and it does have a grand campaign, yes. We're playing one of the smaller campaigns right now, which is just pretty much Franco's first offensive with the assistance of the Italians. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go just all out. Boom. Yeah, we can completely overrun the enemy stack here. We don't even have to put up a fight. But you know what? I feel like we're leaving Alaminos open. That's not wise. Okay, let's keep attacking. Thank goodness we've got the movement points necessary. And finally, we spotted one of the Republican generals over here. That could be a problem later on, but hopefully not for a while. All right, let's keep moving. Now, like I told you, moving through Spain is not easy. You can just see the difficulty we're having right here. It's not going to be easy. I want to engage in that battle, but he needs reinforcements. Let's go ahead and merge our forces together. Now he'll actually have some additional infantry units, and with the Aldecoa Brigade, we're going to conquer Camino a Medranda, the Path of Medranda, a.k.a. And particularly because just look at the road networks there. The important thing in this game is going to be road networks. You know what? I thought I was going to stay entrenched. I can't do it any longer. Let's attack. This might be my biggest mistake so far, but we'll soon find out. And this guy really does have to go through this way. Fair enough. Maybe he can only... Oh, I see what's going on here. So, I understand what's going on. This is a actual Italian unit. So some of the Italian units apparently can actually leave the border, but this might be like an official, quote-unquote, Italian army unit, and they're not able to get into Republican territory. So maybe their only goal will be just defending the borders here. Which, hey, you know what? We need a border defense too, so I'll take it. Let's attack Torre Quadrada. This is, Torre Quadrada is the square tower. It's the actual literal translation. The square tower. So we're attacking the square tower there. And I'm going to attack El Sotillo and hopefully get into Las Inviernas very soon. And look at that. We've got Marini arriving in a perfect fashion. Unfortunately, he's got that same thing where it looks like he can only stay... Oh, no, no, no. No, he can only stay... Yeah, this makes sense. In nationalist territory. But interestingly, as long as we capture the territory, at that point they can move into it. I like it, man. Hello, Franciscus. How you doing, bud? Yeah, exactly. Doesn't really affect you like second degrees, David Issue, exactly. Sorry, we're jumping like back and forth past what happened, the awful events in Minneapolis right now, and the game. Why do I not remember this battle from my history studies? Yeah, the Spanish Civil War is often overlooked, unfortunately. Another very huge thank you to Andrew Wavell for his donation. That's awesome, man. Really appreciate that. Let's take a look. Okay, so I think we'll end the turn there. We've done a pretty amazing offensive here. The question is it going to work? And we'll have to wait and see. Camino of Vegulisas. This is the one I don't think is going to work. Start fighting. Lucky dice, lucky dice, lucky dice. Come on. Come on. Alright, we got a hit, but that's not much. Okay, that's beautiful. So we didn't destroy their army by any means, but we did damage one of their units enough that they retreated. Now at the square tower, Torre Quadrada, I think we've got a definite victory with Giudoni pretty much just walking all over them. Yeah, there's not much here. We do have to take a hit, though. We'll give it to the Toro unit here. And Masegoso de Tahuna. This is one where, yeah, this is going to be a tough one, but thankfully the enemy is already kind of in trouble, and we also have a surprise attack card. And currently Vandelli is our best general. In terms of the actual units he's commanding, he's got the most under his control. Now look at that. They still caused a hit. Sneaky, very sneaky. So we'll take a hit with Disparata. And the Republicans actually won that battle. So this just goes to show you how nuanced the game is. The reason they won that battle is they got more hits, aka they probably caused more casualties and were in a more advantageous shooting position. So even our strongest fighter, Vandelli, could not win that battle. We've got to go back and try and regain our honor at Masegoso de Tahuna, because that was embarrassing. Okay, it's time for the Republicans to move, and I hope they don't get those generals up, but it looks like they're already starting to move them. It's going to give them a huge advantage, not necessarily against our generals, but it's going to give their units an additional advantage from what they have right now. Without a commander, it's, you know, you just don't have as strong of a unit. Increase the entrench level of 1 stack. They're probably going to give it to the unit that just beat us. But no, they're actually entrenching a unit all the way over here where they've got a supply, quite a lot of oil coming in from this area. So I can see what they're thinking. Los Nacionalistas. Alright, Nationalists. División di Lovole arrives. Now this is our Italian division. We already have so many units, but we're getting additional ones. Yeah, it's... Let's take a look. Beautiful. So Frezza, this guy looks pretty cool. I'm going to put him right there. And Salvi, I'm going to put him right there. You could just see with this, you know, game, how much fighting the Italians did in favor of the nationalists. Would Franco have won without the Italians? You know, I think he probably still would have. He wouldn't have won without his Moroccan mercenaries, which were extremely good. They were very good fighters. They had been in combat before. But the Italians were still, of course, you know, very, very important. And look at, there we go. We've got that general. Man, I'd like to hit him with a much stronger force than what we've got here. But you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. And we're going to overrun the enemy stack anyway. So we're forcing him to move back to Moranchel. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to move these units together. We're going to have both of these units in this army. Marini will be in command. But our goal is going to be to attack Moranchel. And more importantly, to cut off the supply here from Cienfuentes. Just completely cut it off. In fact, we might be able to even move... No, damn. We might be able to eventually move in there. Not now, though. So let's keep moving west with the rest of these units. Just bring them to where the fighting is. But so far, this area is almost entirely under nationalist control. As you can see here, we just can't get into that stack. Let's go for the attack on Villanueva. And attacking Villanueva and potentially coming down here would allow us to cut off this guy. Put him in a pretty awful state. Let's conquer. Let's go for... Oh, we can't move in this region. Fair enough. Keep on moving forward. Ultimately, maybe we'll actually merge these two units together. Again, it's like I told you before, we gotta move mostly with these roads. Like, that's our main method of movement, frankly. Already getting some reinforcements for some of our units. Unfortunately, he can't move into that region. It's kind of frustrating. Derek... Oh, there. Sorry, I saw that. I'm not doing bad in yourself. You know, getting by. Remember the Alcazar. Give him a hell, boys, says Alexander the Great. Some people here really know so much about the Spanish Civil War. I must say, like, I'm fascinated by the Spanish Civil War, but all of my knowledge about the Spanish Civil War comes from George Orwell's book, Homage to Catalonia, which is a great book, don't get me wrong. But maybe not... I probably should have learned more, I guess. Here we go. So I'm using this general to try and cut off another railroad line coming down this way. My goal here is just cut off the Republican rail lines wherever we can. You know, really try to hurt their ability to provide supplies. So here we go. Again, the International Brigades. We're using the machine guns, and we get an extra reroll this turn, which is going to work great in case we don't come out well, but I knew we were going to come out very well there. And here we go. The Rojo unit. Alright, we're going to have to take one hit here. Give it to the Burgos Regiment, and the Republicans are going to win that fight. Man. Yeah, they really don't want to give up these areas. Can't say I blame them. Okay, wow. So we've got the 12th International Brigade. Man, these International Brigades are going to see just how beefy they can get. Now, this is a 30-turn campaign, so it's quite a long battle, to say the least. We're probably not going to get to the end of it for this stream, but we'll certainly keep following through here in future streams. I hear units moving, but I'm not seeing anything. Now, this is a troublesome situation. We've got to get these guys out of here because they're so close to our border. Forced march. All right, so they're going to boost a stack. Sorry, it's our card draw phase, so we can boost a stack. And this is, yeah, our supply's looking good, but again, this is what I'm worried about. We've got to get a unit in here to cut them off. It's just that simple. We'll pretty much take this unit and... Oh, wait a minute. Let's give the forced march. We're going to give him the forced march if we can. And let's give him the forced march, too. I guess we had to choose him. Fair enough. Okay, here we go. So I'm thinking that we just cut them off. We don't even attack. We just cut them off. Look at that. And now... engage in battle. We can't really move in the region with this other unit, but we can continue moving to Brihuega, which is one of the other victory point locations. And we're also going to conquer Cienfuentes, and that's really just to deprive any of these other units of fuel. So let's cross the river into Valderboyo, and hopefully we come out with a victory. I'm just going to have this guy cut off the rest of their units over here. Yeah, we have absolutely taken all this area from the Republicans. Look at that, though. They actually have, like, a free county right there. There's a little free area right here that's still under Republican control. We'll do something about that. Bullet, we don't need your singing right now, please. I think it's best he goes this way. Use the roads, son. Use the roads. Can't pick up the phone call right now, man. Are you crazy? Don't worry, guys. I'm not going to get that. Let's take a look here. Oh, my goodness, Dave. Thank you, man. No, it did. This time it did show up for me, which was weird. Thank you, buddy. Sorry about the ringing, guys. It's, I can't exactly press cancel, but I'm not sure who would be calling me at this time. All right, let's see. Land movement. Do we want to move more with him? I think I kind of want to attack these guys with him, but we can't. So I'm going to keep on moving. Why not? It's not a victory location. It's still a city, though. I mean, this unit has managed to win every fight so far, but we really need to take the area Cogoludo. This is really the important area. So let's move. Well, let's try to move into Cogoludo. It's going to take us a while to get there. Maybe we should have gone this way. Of course, this area is pretty heavily defended. What I'm going to have to do is get some reinforcements up here eventually. Almost certain of that. Telemarketer trying to sell me artillery? Very possible. Alright, let's see. Can he do... Man, this is strange. So let's just take a look here at the unit buildup. It might be Bulgarelli himself, or it might be these artillery pieces, which are stopping us from moving. I'm just gonna like check here quickly. If you guys have noticed, this game is made, or at least the developer of this game is the same developer, and I'm talking prior to Slytherin, that does a lot of the Agiod games. So you could, that's why a lot of people that mentioned in other views of this game, they were like, looks a lot like an Agiod game. There are similarities, but it's simplified, so it's not as complex as Agiod. It's not as you know, difficult to learn. It's pretty straightforward. Merge them. Let's end the turn. Okay, Gahanejos. And I think we should easily win this one. But again, it's about the hits, guys. Not always about the amount of men you bring to the fight. In this one, though, we've got it. Here we go. So we're leaving one unit behind, breaking through with the rest. And here again, got a lot of support here from the artillery. I hope that's enough to get Marini through. Our reserve units did break, but we got it. That was a very bloody fight. They actually did order, or they did cause one of our reserve units to break, but they just couldn't beat our numbers in that situation. Now, eventually, as they get reinforcements, you're going to find out that the Republicans are going to outnumber us, but not for a while. Not for a good while. So there we go. Those are the unsupplied units I was telling you guys about. That's why we went and took that area and did not get into an actual fight. But they are going to fall back to a city. That city's also unsupplied, though. So we'll just attack. Oh, it's going to cause some problems for the units ahead of that city, of course. And the Littorio division commanded by Birgonzoli arrives. This is our division. It's going to help us quite a bit here. Just the amount of support we're getting is insane. Now, you know what? I want to put him there. And Sprega, put him right there. And put the flak back here. We don't stop. I mean, it's just a non-stop parade of additional troops. Okay, first things first. I want to get this guy just totally merged together, have his own army. We're going to have to divert this guy to deal with these Reds. There's just no other way around it. In the meantime... Milarolio, this area right here is another area we have to take. But we also have to go south. So I'm thinking, you know, maybe... No, we got to take that first. We'll go this way. We'll kind of, you know, it's going to take us a while, but we'll just go through this way. We'll grab all those villages on the way. It's kind of going to help our war effort a bit. And I am going to get to Coliudo next turn, I believe, with that force. And we can go straight for Breuega, although I must say, I am kind of pushing my luck here, going for all these capitals. These are all regional capitals, but they're still important. And it looks like our Italians may be able to attack this turn, too. Look at this offensive, guys. We might be able to completely push the Republicans out of the southeastern portion of this map, which would make our job a whole lot easier, of course. See if you can't just go ahead and... Yes, beautiful. Bring those units over next turn. Keep bringing the rest of the reinforcements. Guys are like home guard units. They can't move out of that area, but some of them can, which is good to see. Let's see if he can move this way. Yeah, he might just have to move through these roads, and we can actually get this guy on the offensive. I really wanted to bring this guy some support, but I think we'll just have to link up with him with this fellow right here, Sotelo's army. Hopefully Sotelo can swing up north. In fact, I might just have the Italians focus on these towns and have Sotelo just focus on swinging up north, cutting off these rail lines over here, and helping the other general, the Phalangist Villalba, over here. Right, I think that's about enough. We can end the turn and see how these battles go. Wait, first things first. We can use these armies eventually, and these commanders. And we could actually engage in a battle at Calanejos. It's really a push. It's a stretch, but I'm going to go for it. If he wins, obviously Frezza would be considered an absolute hero. And he's got some nice tanks with him. Panzer Is, as well as the Intrepida. So an infantry division. Let's hope these battles go well. This might be our largest offensive so far. So we'll look at the KM83 section here, Highway KM83. See if we can't break through. And we've got veterans fighting here for Frezza. So I think we might be able to actually force this guy back. Beautiful. A victory for the Nationalists. We can order some of our tanks to break through. But we're going to actually keep a tank behind and push that general forward. Now this is fighting, of course, the guys that are currently surrounded by our men. So pretty much taking them prisoner, although I'm not sure many prisoners were taken during the Spanish Civil War, or any Civil War for that matter. I think the American Civil War might actually be one of the most humane in that situation. So we've actually got to take a route test. The enemy has put up a good fight, and despite us really doing quite well, the enemy almost routed us. They were trying to rout us there. Okay, this is going to be a tough fight, and look at that garrison machine gun for the international brigades. Thankfully, their other two units are pretty terrified. You know, they're on the verge of breaking, but that machine gun doesn't make things any easier for us. Now, we did manage to win, but you could see the MG stood until the very end of the fighting. And here we go, massive assault by Marini. He's our new Caesar. Let's go for it, Marini. Beautiful. Absolute rout there. And I can't call that anything else but just a monumental offensive. Let's see how it actually looks on the map, though. I mean, we can see here, we've still got some Republican units behind our lines. And that's going to start affecting our actual supply. So we've got to do something about that. And that's why, like, a lot of micromanaging is required in this game. Because we're going to probably have to send, like, one or two of these infantry just to take up these gaps. You know, make sure the enemy doesn't overrun us anymore. And let's end the turn. Thanks so much for joining, guys. If you enjoy the stream and you enjoy this game, you want to see like a part 2, 3, 4, 5, which I'm sure we're going to have to do if we want to get through just this battle, not even the grand campaign, then please hit that like button. And like the awesome Wavell and Dave Jiju, donating really, really helps as well. But hitting that like button if you can't donate and commenting is huge. I can't say that enough. I don't know what general this is. I'm not seeing Durruti yet, so I'm not too afraid, but I am starting to see. And again, we're in the first parts of the war, so all we've seen so far are the communist troops and the actual Republican troops and international brigades. But now, if we look closer, we're starting to see some CNT-FI, some actual anarchist troops arriving at the battlefield. So that is concerning, to say the least. Right now, the actual planes grounded by weather isn't affecting us much. It's affecting our supply, but we don't actually have any bombers this early in the war, so we're just going entirely off what our men can capture. Now, I want to see what the supply looks like. Okay, we're very lucky. So if you see here, we're still getting that supply to come into our general because of the area we have here at Ayadraque. But these international brigades are going to start causing problems. We need to do something about them. So I'm thinking maybe sending a few units back, just stopping our offensive as we move forward. But we're actually getting into a part of the game right now where there is a lot going on. Oh, wait a minute. Let me make sure we don't have... Oh, we do have some bombers here. Unfortunately, can they not leave? They can't leave the region? All right, we're going to try and get out with some of these units. I'm going to have to rebase them. But at least we got some air units finally. Okay. Now we're on land movement, and of course we're back talking about offensives, what we're going to do. It looks like there is a massive amount of forces accumulating over here, but we're also getting very close to our objective, which is Madrid here. Basically, our objective is to surround Madrid from all sides, of course, and to do that, we've got to push all of these forces back. So to see that, you're going to have to check out the next episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one, and again, just thank you so much. Oh, thanks, Dave. Dave is absolutely right. Please do join our Discord server. You can find people there to play games, like-minded games. I know it's often hard with these niche strategy games to find people to play with, so you can absolutely do that there. Battles for Spain, the game that I am playing right now, you can purchase it on Steam. And you can play with a friend. You can see, if in the beginning of the stream at least, that there is an option to do an email game, so you can actually mail each other, one person playing as the Nationalists, one playing as the Republicans, etc. Several different battles, including a grand campaign. But we're just going to keep it right here at the Battle of Guadalajara. Definitely going to try to do another stream fairly soon. I'll try to get it done over the weekend. If not, I'll try to get it done sometime next week, probably Friday. Maybe we'll do another Friday stream. But I have fun playing this game. It's really enjoyable, and usually I like to play as the Republicans, I'm not going to lie, but I just thought it was so fun seeing that the Italian reinforcements and the fact that it was Franco's first offensive. I was like, I want to see how I would do. So far, I think we're doing very well, but we are starting to see some larger enemy units arriving. Take care, folks. I'll catch you on the next one, and thank you again, guys. That was so generous of you.